Welcome back to my channel, guys. This is just Chris, and I just wanted to give you a quick little backstory on why I don't wear weave anymore. So basically, as you can see, my hair is natural. I recently just cut it because last year I dyed it red, like Ronald McDonald red. I jumped in the ocean in the Fiji Islands, and all of the salt water stripped my hair, not only of its color, but of the protective layers, the cuticle layers of my hair, and completely damaged it. I tried to salvage it when I got back to the States. I put lots of expensive products on it, trying to do deep conditions and all that type of stuff, but it just wasn't salvageable. So I ended up just cutting off the blonde. You could still see a little bit left. I'm trying to, not have it too much. But anyways, real quick, so why I don't wear weave anymore. The good thing is, weave is very expensive, so I am saving some money by not wearing weave. It takes a lot to be comfortable with short hair like this, and I'm not gonna say that it's easy, because when I look in the mirror I'll be like, dang, I don't have any hair. But it is what it is. It's a lot of people that are natural, so that kind of helps. But for me personally, it's very hard to have hair like this. But that's just a personal thing. But anyways, so once upon a time I used to wear weave, and I wore all different types of weave. I wore long weave, short weave, big, small. I did it all. And excuse all those people in the background. I'm in the parking lot of like a little shopping plaza. But anyways, real quick, so I was at a friend's house at the time, and me and him were hanging out, and we always kind of like, just a random weekend would just watch movies, go out to the river or whatever. So this particular day, I had on a new wig that I just got. It was very tightly, it had like little combs in it, and it was very tightly snug on my head, and everything was perfect, right? So I thought. And we went down we decided to go to the river that day, and we were, going down the river. To do the whole river, it took maybe about 45 minutes. And I had a great time. And at the end of the river, there's this chute, and it was kind of dangerous in that particular river. And it was a little dangerous because the chute, there's already lots of current in the river, and going down in that little chute area, you just like whoosh, you go really fast, and the current really pushes you in this little drop-off area. And I went down there, and the first time I went down there, I lost my floaty. My floaty broke. I bought it from like Five Below, so it was cheap anyways. But it was like a little place to like put your arm, and like my arm was in it, and then it like completely broke. And I just went along with the current. And I almost lost my shorts. So that should have been a warning. If you were smart, you would have left it like that. But because I wasn't being very smart at the time, we got through the river, and then the guy was like, okay, I'm pooped. Like, this was like 45 minutes. We chilled, we relaxed. Like, that's it, let's go. And I was like, no, I want to go again. I want to go again, like a little bad little kid. I'm like, no, I want to go again. And he's like, no, we're not going again. And I'm like, yes, I want to go again. And finally, he's like, you know what? You can go again, and I'll watch. How about that? So I was like, okay, I'm not going to do the whole river again, because that took like 45 minutes. I'll just do the last little part where you go down the chute or whatever. So as I'm telling this story, I'm just thinking like how crazy that was for me to do that. But anyways, not even taking the warning. So I go down maybe like 15 minutes, and then of course it goes down the chute. So this time I'm thinking the same thing's gonna happen, and everything's gonna be just fine. No. This time when I go down the chute, I go down the chute all right, and then it's extreme current in this little area, this concentrated area, and this little waterfall. That's the word I'm looking for, a waterfall. This little waterfall in this highly concentrated current area that just like really pushes you, thrusts you forward. And during this thrust, I go under the water, which is, that's expected. I go under the water, and then my floaty is like way down there. Now I can't even get my floaty because it's so far from me. And I come up out of the water, and of course you know where I'm going with this. I come out of the water, and I noticed that I felt a little lighter. So I come out of the water, and I'm like, oh my God, that was really strong force. And I'm just like, oh my God, that was crazy. I lost the floaty. And then before I knew it, I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. My hair was gone. It was gone. And I was beyond embarrassed. I mean, it was a highly concentrated area with lots of people laying out, swimming. There was so many people around. And I came out of the water and my do-rag was still on my head. I was so mad. I'm like, you know what? You're going to snatch my wig off. You should have snatched my do-rag off too. Like, what you mean? I literally came out of the water and my do-rag was so limp and like not even tight on my head. I don't even know how it survived and how it was still on my head. But the current completely uprooted and snatched my wig off. And when I say I had it on there tight, it just survived the first shoot. It just didn't survive me doing it twice. And that's why I should have just left well alone. I should have just went home like he said. But of course, definitely a lesson learned. But it completely uprooted out of my head. It was gone. And I told the boy, he was looking very nervous, and he was more concerned about my safety because he was like, I don't know what happened, because the second time I went down the waterfall, he said it took me longer to come back up. So he said he got really nervous. He thought I drowned or something. So he was more concerned about my safety. And I was like, oh my God, my hair. I was like, you got to help me find my hair. And he was like, okay, of all places to park, this dude gonna park right next to me. I hate when people do that. But anyway, I was like, my hair. You got to help me find my hair. And I had just bought that hair. And he was like, girl, have you lost your mind? First of all, I'm not getting back in that water. And second of all, I'm not helping you find no freaking wig. And I'm like, what am I going to do now? You know, and I freaking wanted to go, and it just made my screen darker too, because he parked right here. But anyways, or she, whatever. But anyways, and I'm just like, oh my God, like, I want my hair, you know, and I was still kind of having, you know, what is it called? Detachment anxiety or something. But yeah, that's why I don't wear weave anymore. It was such a humiliating experience. It was very embarrassing. I'm just looking at everybody else at the beach. It was pretty much mainly non-black people at the beach. Well, not beach, the river. And I'm just looking at everybody else with their natural hair, just having the time of their life. And I'm like, here I am with this wig on, and it's gone now. And I had to walk back and we had parked way across the park. So I had to walk all the way back to the car with my natural hair in these like horrible looking braids, which I unloosed them so they could like flare out or whatever, but it still looked a mess. And I was just like, Lord have mercy. I didn't know what to do at that point. It was so embarrassing. And I just told myself that I'm just not gonna wear fake hair anymore like that. Now I will say I still wear braids, like extensions with the braids, because that's less likely to come out of my head. But as far as like wigs and weaves and all of that, I don't wear any of that anymore, because that was just too embarrassing. It was way too humiliating. And I just feel like a typical, you know, girl with hair falling out, and it was just way too embarrassing. So I just decided I'm not going to do it anymore. And I haven't. And it was actually funny because I used to talk to this guy, and he always used to tell me, you know, you don't need fake hair. Why do you wear fake hair? He was foreign too, so. But anyways, he would always tell me how I shouldn't wear fake hair. And I called him up that day, and I told him the horrible story. And he was like, I'm glad that happened to you, because you need to be more confident and wear your natural hair anyways, and da-da-da. And I was like, well, your prayers finally worked, because the hair is gone, honey. It's like, I'm not buying any more hair like that. So that's the backstory on why I look like this now. I know it doesn't look horrible. And obviously I recently cut it, but I think people's hair is their identity. And once your identity is altered, it does something to you mentally. But anyways, this is what it looks like now. You can't really get the best view of it because, like I said, I am in the car right now. But this is what it looks like now after I cut it. But yes, that's the backstory on why I don't wear weave anymore. Have a good day.